welcome to Let's Talk Halo 5 Guardians. I'm joined by the Thunder from Down Under, Bud, and we're going to have a chat about some of the details from Halo 5 Guardians. First of all, I think we should let everyone know that neither me or Bud have actually played Halo 5, and we're strictly discussing some of the new features and gameplay mechanics that's been revealed by some of the media outlets that they've had at some of the preview events. So I'm just going to list off some of the ones that I've gathered from what I've read and seen, and then we can go through and discuss them in a bit of detail, Bud. We've now got thruster packs which allow you to dash. We've got hovering in mid-air, aiming down sights. This has been introduced. There's a movement mechanic to allow you to climb up and over objects. You've got a ground and pound insta-kill move that you can charge up. Unlimited sprint that comes with charge attacks, although your shield will not charge whilst you're sprinting. New game mode called Breakout, which is essentially a one life sort of team deathmatch type thing with first to 5 rounds. And you've got audio cues for weapon spawns, so sniper rifles, rocket launchers, that type of things. And you've got voice chat that's simulated by the Spartans for enemy tagging and kill confirmation. So that's quite a big list. That to me is, one of the, from one Halo game to another, that's the most changes I've ever seen in a Halo game. Is that a correct statement? You've been a fan much longer than me, but that seems like a lot.
Yes, yeah, well, it's quite a lot, but I mean, you expect a lot between the games and especially between consoles.
Yes.
So, yeah, I think, although the hovering, we had booster packs in certainly 4, I can't remember actually Reach, but
yeah,
no, I think we had them in Reach. So yeah, that's kind of been coming, but
yeah, so what's your take on this? Because I've seen a lot of gameplay. I've obviously read the previews that have been put out there, and I've not played Advanced Warfare, but it looks like it could feel very similar to that. Now you've played Advanced Warfare. From what you've seen and what you've noticed from the preview events, is it going down that route? Will it feel too similar?
well, it does have its similarities, but I think there's always going to be differences, and
Yeah.
it's one of those games that you don't really know how it's going to feel until you play it. Like,
Yes.
a Halo game for some reason feels like a Halo game,
Yes.
and
Yes.
for reasons you can't quite put your finger on. So.
Yeah, well, it feels different to COD in the sense that normally in COD, if you see someone first and shoot them, that you've won, they're dead. Whereas in Halo, because you've got the shield to break down, you can. It's sort of like they do that Halo dance, don't you? You'll turn around and the two of you will start jumping. It's more,
Yeah.
it's more based on skill rather than just seeing them first. Like, I've seen people first try to put them down. They've turned around and blown me away because I'm no good. So it does certainly have its own feel. I'm just a bit worried that some of this stuff might just sort of retract from that vintage Halo feel. But as we spoke about on the podcast, maybe it's time for games to start evolving and introducing these new mechanics, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I think it is time to move forward, because I went back and played the Master Chief Collection. Well, I have been playing it quite a lot recently, and
Yes.
there's certain things like the speed of the game. Like the COD games are always very quick, very sharp, and when I played Halo 3, I just felt I needed a sprint button. Like I couldn't really sort of get out of a dangerous situation without just cantering away from an explosion. So it was, those sorts of things are necessary, and obviously it's taken the sort of clambering up ledges and dashes from Titanfall.
Yeah.
Kind of just copied it, but why not? Because it works.
Good. Yeah, it's a good mechanic. I think I enjoy it. And like I said on the podcast, it's annoying when you do just slam into an object at knee height and fall down and slide down. It's quite demoralising. Is there anything on that list that you're not looking forward to? I mean, aiming down sights, that's a massive change, because we obviously had the smart zoom on some of the weapons like the battle rifle, sniper rifle and whatnot, but it seems like nearly every gun's got some sort of either down sights or zoom function. Is that gonna the Halo sort of classic fans, are they gonna enjoy this? Is it gonna be a bit of a deal breaker?
Well, I don't think that's going to be too massive, because I mean, I read someone who's actually played the beta already said that you can still shoot from the hip quite accurately, and like it's not gonna, you don't have to be aiming down the sight all the time, but it does help if you want to make a long shot or something. So yeah, I think stuff like that is kind of necessary, because again, you've got to look at what other first person shooters are doing and kind of stay with the times,
Yeah.
keep up with the times. So.
Yeah, I mean, the ground and pound insta-kill sounds really interesting to me, because I spent a lot of time playing Sunset Overdrive, and there was a similar mechanic in that, and it's great fun just being able to just land on top of someone from a great height and just kill him instantly. It's quite satisfying. I'm just worried that some of this stuff might be overpowering, and that it might just be a mess of people just trying to melee kill each other. But I'm quite looking forward to this. I'm getting quite excited for the beta to come out, which is in December, the end of December. And I want to actually get my hands on this and give it a go.
Yeah. Well, the ground and pound thing is. I also read that's although it's useful and kind of necessary, like you would be able to do that in real life, I guess, jump on someone's head, but like it's not. You have to be really accurate with it, so you don't get people just running around all the time and just looking for that opportunity. It's you might get one a game if you're lucky, kind of thing. Yeah. So it's stuff like that. Obviously, the betas are for getting the balance between, if something's overpowering or annoying. So yeah, hopefully it works out, because I think it's quite a good feature. But if not, I'm sure they'll change it before the release.
Yeah, I think it's important they've got this beta. It's quite a long one as well. It's sort of most of January. I think January the 18th it ends. So that's nearly a whole month you've got there that they can collect data and get feedback for it. What are your expectations now that you've seen and heard these bits? We've not had a chance to play it, but are your expectations that it could be one of the best of the series? Because as we know, Bungie are no longer doing this. This is Free Industries that will be doing their second Halo game. Can they pull it off, or was Halo 4, as I remember you saying, is a bit of a disappointment? Is this going to be in that sort of realm again?
Oh well, I really, really want it to work, and I think it will. But like, yeah, you've always got Halo 4, which was a bit of a shitter, wasn't it? If you look back on it, but that was obviously the transitional period, and they were finding their feet. But I think you kind of got to forget the old Halos and how it was.
Yes.
And all, like old-fashioned Halo fans like me need to move on, and all these new features are going to make it better if you judge it on the game alone. So
I mean, you sound quite open towards these changes. Do you think the majority of Halo fans are going to be open, or do you think it's going to be, oh, this is not Halo, blah blah blah, I'm not playing it anymore? Like, you seem open, but are the rest of the audience going to be receptive to that? It's like the classic Halo fans.
Oh, I've seen a few comments on YouTube and stuff about people dissing it and saying it's going to be shit, but
we've not played it.
Yeah, not played it, obviously.
So, yeah, it's ridiculous.
They can't. I mean, you look back on the old Halos, and they can't hold their own now, and you can't stay with what it was. You have to move forward, and I don't think it can get any more disappointing than Halo 4. I know I'm ripping into it a lot, but I was quite disappointed by that. So, I think that anything a bit different and a bit innovative moving forward will be good for the franchise. And plus, they've taken quite a lot of time to actually make it.
Yeah.
And they're given, like, when's the release? It's like late next year or something.
Yeah, I think they said sort of autumn. November, October time. Yeah, we'll see.
So they're giving them a bit of time to tweak it, after the beta comes out. And there's a couple of I'll list a couple of things that I've seen in the videos that are a bit annoying, but if you want there's this really funny sound. I think some of it's to do with the shield, and some of it's to do with firing bullets. I can't quite figure out what it is, but it's a real high-pitched, twinkly little kind of computery sound that's annoying. And I don't know how annoying it will be when you're actually playing the game, but watching it's pretty annoying. It's pissing me off a bit, yeah. And what's the the announcer who tells, like, the
Slayer.
Yeah. That was. Are you him?
That's my other job. That's my part-time job, sort of just doing voiceover work. I know.
I think I'd prefer you to take the mantle and they should boot him out, because he's just. I think he's getting a bit too comfortable in his job, and he's starting to go a bit over the top with the double kill, a bit enthusiastic and stuff. So that I hope they stop that.
They're all minor niggles, aren't they? The gameplay looks good. And
Yeah, well, there are
that's what we're into.
minor things that they can change by
Yeah.
release if the message gets through. But yeah, the gameplay looks fantastic. There's a little bit of a Lego-y look about the Spartans, I will say that.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't look real. It looks kind of surreal, I
Yeah.
guess, say. But the graphics do look fantastic, and hopefully it will play really nicely.
Yeah, well, I think that's what we're hoping for. We're going to get a chance to play it, so we'll be able to reconvene and give our thoughts once we've got our hands on it. So that's it from me. I don't know if you've got anything else you want to mention before we dart off into the sunset.
No, just 29th of December.
Yep, so that's it. So 29th of December, the beta will drop if you have the Halo Master Chief Collection, and it will run until the 18th of January. And as I mentioned, we will be back in the form of a Let's Talk, or perhaps even a podcast to let you know what we think of it. But thanks very much for watching. Thanks for your time, and ta-da.